Hey everyone, Jex here. As you may know, I'm a huge fan of The Witcher 3. It's one of my favorite games of all time, so you can probably imagine that like many other games, I'm looking forward to CD Projekt Red's next game, Cyberpunk 2077. Now things have been pretty quiet for the past few years since its reveal, but a few weeks ago the Cyberpunk Twitter account broke the silence with a rather ominous tweet. I figure this means that CDPR is finally ready to start sharing more information about the game. So before that happens, I figure some people may want a fast recap of what we know about Cyberpunk 2077 so far. Let's go back to late 2012 when the game was first revealed to be a sandbox open-world RPG. The game is set in a technologically advanced and dystopian vision of the year 2077 in the fictional Night City, which is just south of San Francisco. The game will be running on the new Red Engine 4 and will be playable in both first and third-person perspectives. The game is based on the original pen and paper RPG Cyberpunk 2020 created by Mike Pondsmith. In fact, Pondsmith himself will be on board as a consultant and a co-creator for 2077 to keep it true to the original, and that it will be sticking with the aforementioned pen and paper system with some enhancements and tweaks for the new setting. Now the game is a big open world RPG, so you can expect things like branching storylines, non-linear gameplay, and lots of customizability, as well as an abundance of gear, weapons, and upgrades. However, unlike The Witcher, Cyberpunk will offer a variety of character classes to choose from, as opposed to having a preset protagonist like Geralt. This might make it easier to integrate the story into the multiplayer, instead of having like say 10 Geralts running around. But of course, that's only if they choose to integrate story and multiplayer together, which a lot of games don't do that anyway. And yes, you have been hearing me right, there is going to be multiplayer in it. We don't know what form it will take, but CDPR has emphasized not to worry about it and to expect another single-player, open-world, story-driven RPG like The Witcher 3. In their blog, they even said that they've taken inspiration from many other games such as Dystopia, Syndicate, System Shock, or even Fallout 2, and there are a few others. You can take a look at their blog if you want to see it. I'll probably leave a link in the description. In January of 2013, The Verge interviewed their senior designer about this new feature called Braindance in the game, which is essentially a new form of media that allows you to experience someone else's memories precisely the way they did. Every movement they made or emotion they felt at the time is replayed. While they generally are created by mega corporations for entertainment or other simple purposes, there are also illegal ones, such as one of, say, a serial killer, so you can experience kind of like the thrill of the kill, and you can probably imagine why we wouldn't want to mass distribute something like that. In yet another interview with MCV in October of 2015, Cyberpunk was described to be much larger in scope than The Witcher 3, and I quote, "far bigger than anything else CD Projekt Red has done before." Now while this is all impressive to know, I do hope they can keep it as engaging and as fun as they did with The Witcher. Now Cyberpunk 2077 has only been confirmed for PC so far, though they've said that it will probably release for consoles as well, but until we get a full confirmation we'll have to wait and see. When are we going to hear more about the game? Well, if that tweet was any indication, I'm sure we're going to get information pretty soon, or at least sometime this year. In fact, CDPR is actually confirmed to be attending E3 this year, so we might find more information out then, or that's just for Gwent, since that game is still technically in beta. Anyway, that's it from me. I hope you guys found this video helpful or useful in some way, and I know I didn't get too far into the lore, but again, there are a lot of videos out there on YouTube, so you can go check those out and search them up. I'm sure people know the Cyberpunk lore a little bit more than I do, people that maybe have actually played the original Cyberpunk 2020, so I'm not really the best person to talk about that. But anyway, like I said, that's it from me. I'll see you guys in the next video. This is Jex, over and out.